So this is video 1 for chapter 13, and we are going to be graphing linear equations. So we have the steps here. Make a table of values, take those values and turn them into points, plot the points on the graph, and then connect them with a straight line so that we get a line on our graph. So here's our first example. Y equals 3x minus 3. So you get to pick what values you want to plug in for x. Okay, 0 is usually a good easy one to do. So if I plug in 0 for x, I'm going to substitute it in there, and I'm going to work it out. Well, 3 times 0 minus 3. 0 minus 3, so I get negative 3. So I have an x and a y, and if I put those together in a point, it would be this coordinate point 0, comma, negative 3. So, like we see here, all your points are x, comma, y. So the x value and the y value make a point. Okay, so let's pick another number to plug in for x. How about 2? If I plug in 2 here and work it out, 3 times 2 minus 3, well, this would be 6 minus 3 is 3. So I get the point 2, comma, 3. So now I'm ready to go on to step 2, which says plot the points. So notice this is your x-axis, your y-axis. So I'm going to go over to 0, right, which is right in the middle, 0 on the x, and then down 3, negative 3. And this point is over 2 on the x-axis and up 3. So I have these 2 points that I just need to connect with a straight line. So the key here is to make sure you extend your line kind of past your points and put arrows on each end. That's what your graph would look like for that equation. Okay? Let's try another one. So y equals negative x plus 4. Well, again, I'm going to pick 0 because that's easy to plug in. When I substitute in 0, I would just get 0 plus 4, so 4. So that's the point 0, 4. And then I'm going to plug in 4, right? That would give me negative 4 plus 4, and that's easy to do in my head. I get 0. So 4, comma, 0. Okay? So I turn them into coordinate points, and then I'm ready to graph both of these. So over 0, up 4, and then over 4 and 0. 0. Okay? And after you get them on there, connect the dots. Okay? So we're just making sure that you extend through your points and put arrows on the end. Okay? And there's the graph for y equals negative x plus 4. Now, there's no trick here to what numbers you pick for x. It could be anything. And no matter what you pick here, as long as you've worked it out and you get the points and you plot them, they'll give you the same line, right? So just pick numbers that are easy to do in your head. Okay? All right. So I want you to try this one. You are going to pick 2 values for x, substitute it in, figure out what you get for y, and then see what your points are going to be. So let's just do that part first and figure out our points, and then we'll talk about graphing them. Okay? Okay, you could have picked something different here. I plugged in 0, worked it out, and got the point 0, negative 3. And then I plugged in 3, and I worked it out and got negative 7. So even if you pick different numbers, I wanted to show you that our graph should end up looking the same. Your line should be the same line that I have here, right? So we're going to notice that it crosses here at negative 3, crosses the y-axis at negative 3, and heads down like this. So hopefully you got the same line, even if you plugged in different numbers, okay? So that's the first part. If we flip it over, there is one more for you to try. Okay, notice this one. So this top question on the back side of the paper is written a little differently. It says 2y equals 8x minus 4. Well, I'm still going to try to plug in easy values for x. So 0 is an easy one to plug in. And I'm still going to write down what I get when I substitute that in. So I'm going to bring down the 2y. 8 times 0 is just 0, so that's going to drop out, and I get negative 4. Well, just looking at that, I can tell y would have to be negative 2, because 2 times negative 2 would make negative 4. So that's my y value. Then I get the coordinate point 0, negative 2. Well, what's another easy one I might be able to plug in? What if I plug in 2? So what if I try x is 2? Again, I'll have 2y on this side. Then 8 times 2 here would be 16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. Okay, well, 2 times what makes 12? Oh, y would have to be 6. So I get the point 2, 6. So again, just plugging in values for x, working it out, and getting the y, then you've got your points to graph. So 0, negative 2, and 2, 6. And then connect them with a straight line. It's really all this section is about. Whoops, not quite straight, but there we go. All right. Now, these, again, they look a little different. This is the equation x equals negative 4. So if I think about it, all I can plug in here is negative 4 and negative 4. X is always equal to negative 4. So if we think about it, there's no y even involved here. It's just x has to be at negative 4. So when I go to look at my graph, x at negative 4 is here. Oh, and here, and here. These are all the points where x is equal to negative 4. So I end up getting this vertical line. Right here is my line right there along x is negative 4. So whatever these points are, it's negative 4 something, negative 4 something. All of these are going to just end up making a straight line that goes exactly vertically right here at x is negative 4. Okay? So that's a vertical line. All right, what about this one that says y is 3? Well, again, now it doesn't matter what I put in for x, y is always going to be 3. So my points are always going to have something and then 3, something and then 3. So if I look at the graph, where's y equals 3? Well, these are all the points where y is equal to 3. So now I'm going to get a perfectly horizontal line. If I connect those, I get this line here. And that's the line y equals 3. Okay? So if your equation is x equals something, it's a vertical line that crosses at that value, crosses the x-axis at that value. If it's y equals something, it's a horizontal line that crosses the y-axis at that value. Okay? So in this section, we looked at how to pick values of x, make a table, get points, plot the points, and connect the line. And then we also saw examples of a vertical line and a horizontal line. Okay?